I saw when Kobe Bryant passed away, you had a post. I was trying to find it earlier today, but you had posted about how he was like your idol when you played basketball, I think, right? And growing up in
Yeah,
Japan, and
that's right. That's yeah.
he kind of was that idol who you kind of looked up to help you kind of adjust to Japan, learn
Mhm.
Japanese, to train hard. But like, I have you here in your own words. What was he to you? What do you mean to you?
Yeah, it was crazy because like I was saying, coming from Ghana, basketball wasn't like a major sport. It was just we knew about it, but nobody was really interested. Which I think right now, looking back at it, is a big waste because there's like a lot of big, tall guys like myself, and we could make a good team. But anyways, like when I moved to Japan, like my brother went into school, my dad was working, my mom usually like with the baby, I'll be in the other room, so I'll be like studying and stuff. So YouTube was around. That was back in 2009, yeah, around ending of 2009. So YouTube was around. I was like going through all this, you know, videos when I'm bored. So I don't know, like I also knew about Kobe Bryant, but like seeing the Lakers this year and all that stuff. So I saw his name and like his, like a documentary kind of stuff. So I just clicked on it and I started watching it, and it was crazy how, you know, at that time I felt like I could relate to him because he was born in like the state, but then his dad moved to Italy, and he had to move there. And when he moved to Italy, he was saying how hard he had it in the beginning, not having friends, couldn't speak the language, didn't know what's going on, but then he had to like adjust and stuff, So immediately, like instantly, that really, really motivated me. I'm like, whoa, if this guy, like, he could go through all that and then become where he is today, at that moment, I look at myself, I'm like, whoa, all right, I feel like I'm in the same shoes, and that's like bigger than basketball. Like, I got really motivated by looking at that video, So I didn't know what I was gonna do at that time. I didn't even know what sports I was gonna play, but I got motivated, and I knew that, if I could like just believe and work hard enough, I could make something out of this. So yeah, and then ever since I became like a huge fan, I started looking at these videos, I remember the playoffs when he won his fifth and championship. Like that was a good, because like just becoming a fan and he was winning his fifth championship and stuff, like was so cool to see, so I fell in love with that guy really big time. So man, and then after like age kicked in, he retired. You know, man, to me, I felt like he was invincible. I was expecting him to grow old. To to to
Yeah.
to one day have his like grandkids, and being like the Kareem Abdul-Jabbar we see right now, like being like most like people just calling him like getting old and say, oh, he used to be this, like, but I remember wake up one Monday morning. That was Monday morning for us, man. Like, my phone was like going up. All my friends, high school that I played with, or like the ones that they knew that I was a big fan. Like group messages. They was just like, "Yo, Kobe died." So you wake up, check your phone. I'm like, no, it's not April yet, right?
Yeah. It's
It's
like a
not April.
dream, right? Like a real
Yo,
bad dream.
yeah, and it's easy for people to say, oh, you don't even know him like that. You weren't even related or stuff like that. But that impact he had on me was different. Because at that time, it was true. I didn't have no friends. I couldn't speak the language. I didn't know what's gonna happen for me like a year from now. And I was so homesick. I remember a couple of times I'm like, yo, I would like to go back to home and just go to school, because I'm like, man, there's no way I'm gonna survive here. But like looking at that video and seeing at that his story and what he'd been through Italy, and then eventually going back to his country, and then doing what he did, really motivated me. And I've seen like, okay, if somebody like him has been through that before, then why not me too? So that was that motivation. Like, not none of my friends gave me. Not Nobody knew how I was going through right now, and that was a different connection. That was that different connection, and I really love that Mamba mentality, and even like doing jiu-jitsu, that helped me a lot. you fall down a couple of times, you're just gonna come back up and then put on the grind. And that's what I did. So man, when he passed, it really hit me. It still hits me.
Yeah.
Like, where it's just like it doesn't feel real. And watching a guy like that, being a motivation.